Howdy folks, we're back again and we're going to explore colour mixing using the double primary system that we use here at the Gold Coast Art School. Last time we did Mermaid's Tail, which is sort of a turquoisey, aquary thing. This time I think we'll have a crack at maybe something on the warm side of things. It's called Bronze Eucalyptus. So that's that one in the middle there. I can see that that's sort of like a burnt orange. So we're going to be using some yellows and some reds and probably a bit of blue to knock it back. If I was a novice student, I'd think, oh, that looks pretty close, I'll start with that. But we're not going to use tertiaries today. We'll put that to one side. Unless you intuitively know how much yellow, how much blue, how much red there is in that, you're going to have problems. So we're going to be using the basics. Double primary it is. So it's a warm colour. So I'm going to start off with warm yellow. Okay, so just put a little bit down there. And because it's an orange, I'm going to use the orange red. Now I'll just add a little bit of it because red's obviously a much stronger staining pigment than the yellow. You'd be surprised how much blue there is in something like this. So let's just put a little bit in, but you do know blue, very strong staining. So I'm just going to put that to one side and just add a little bit at a time. That's not enough, put a bit more in there.
And what kind of blue is that one?
This one is ultramarine blue because I'm not going towards the green. As you can see, you're already getting a green thing here. So what's the opposite of green? It's red, so I'm going to chuck a bit more red back in there just to create balance. Oh, too much red.
Too much.
Now we're miles off, but just for fun, I'm going to do a test patch to see where we're going. Bang. Look at that. Now that isn't that far away, but you can see it's too dark. So what do we need? We need a whisker of white. So pick up a bit of white. Again, you notice I tap on the side. That's because it's very easy to put too much. And so we just put a little bit of white in there. We'll just do a test to make sure. Oh, good grief. We're almost there. Look at that.
Really?
But that's a little bit too yellow, isn't it?
Let me just get a little bit of a...
Can you see that's tiny bit yellow?
I can see just here, yeah.
Okay, so what's the opposite of yellow? The opposite of yellow, girls and boys, is violet or purple. Yellow, purple. Easy.
Okay.
Opposites. What do opposites do? When you stick them next to each other, they make the other look fantastic. When you blend them, they neutralise each other, and we've got to neutralise that yellow. So how do we do that? We add a whisker of purple. Now, we're going to use two very strong staining colours here. So there's a bit of crimson, which is a violet red, and a bit of blue, ultramarine blue, which is a violet blue. So mush them together. That gives us a purple. It's muddy because I already had yellow on my fingers, but we only need a whisker anyway, so just go back in there. See how strong staining that is? I've got an overshot it again. It's looking just a bit too cold. Let's see what that looks like. Yep, too dark. We need white in there. Blues will kill everything because they're such a strong staining colour. So I'm going to whack that bit just to raise it up a bit. And now I'm going to add the opposite of blue, which is orange. Thank you. So add a bit more yellow and a bit more red to get that. We're back to square one. In we go. Still looking a bit too yellow to me, so I just build up the red. You see how weak that yellow is? It just collapses. It's pretty close, isn't it? On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give that 9 3/4, but it's not quite there.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit too dark. What do you think?
Really close, but yeah, it is just...
Close, but no cigar. It's there, but I can
really,
tell that there's
yeah.
the tiniest. This is where you have to get very, very careful. In fact, I'm going to wipe my excess because that was our problem once before. Now, I mean a tiny bit, so I'm just going to tap away that. And we just add a tiny bit of white to that. Looks like too much. Oh dear,
Oh,
just killed it.
no.
Now it's too much the other side. That was before. This is next to it. Too light, too dark. Somewhere in between. That looks too yellow to add. I want a bit more red than that. I'm sort of intuiting this. I'm not really positive, so let's just see what happens we do that. What I'm going to sneak from here is that purple we made before, just a bit, and try that. Oh, it's gone too blue. Oh man, this could be one of those ones that goes all the way around till we get it right. It's time for an ad break. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I could stick an ad break in there.
We could stick an ad break in. Ah,
Ah, a little bit light.
no, I'm too yellow and I'm too light. We were getting pretty good before.
You are really
I
close
should have,
to it.
I should have quit while I was ahead. I think that's going to be too yellow too. That yellow's kicking in, isn't it? It's fighting back. It heard what I said about it. Oh,
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 oh.
I can't even see it. It's that good. How about that?
Who would have thought? Now, isn't it funny how
It's there.
often tonal values is thrown out? You can't read it against the white here. It looks to me to be too yellow. But when you see it against the colour field that we're trying to emulate,
I'm pointing at it and you can't even see it because it's that good.
I love it when that happens and things sneak up on you. That's why this is a fun thing to do at home. It will teach you so much more about colour mixing than you ever thought possible, and it doesn't use much paint, particularly with oil paints, because it stays open and sticky and you can muck around with it. It's just messy. Don't pick your nose after you've done this. Oh, you can, but I wouldn't.
No.
No. We're going to go straight ahead and do some more interesting colours, maybe some of those strange colours like in the greige zone.